Ladies and gentlemen, today I will be playing the first solo cash cup of chapter 6, and I will be telling you guys what I learned from the first solo cash cup and explain what I could have done better after every game so I can help you guys prevent yourself from making the same mistakes as me. And at the end of the video, I will explain what I need to improve on in order to qualify next week. If we can reach 75 likes on today's video, I will post my FNCS Division 3 video showcasing my new trio. Shout out to Noology for being so supportive on the channel, and if you would like a chance to be shouted out in a future video, make sure to drop a comment down below. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Going into game 1, the plan was to land at Rocky RVs and just play for the win because I wanted to keep a good mentality and not risk dying in the first game. Dead. I should have popped heals right here because this guy ended up hitting me, but his aim wasn't that good, so he only hit me once. But since he hit me for white, he was obviously going to key me, and if I had shields popped, he probably wouldn't have keyed me. But luckily, I was able to get some heals off, and this fight ended up dragging out way longer than it should have, but I was able to get away. Throughout the mid game here, I just sat in my POI, I had good heals, my mags were capped, and I had mobility, so I pretty much just stayed in my box and waited for the end game. Don't you do it. In my situation right here, I didn't need to open up as I still have 250 wood and I still have max metal, and my heals are looking good as well. So opening up, trying to look for a refresh here doesn't really do me any good, but at the same time, kills are worth 2 points per kill, so those points get pretty heavy there. And since I have the Void Mask, I tried to be careful when opening up to throw the Void, but I'm also rotating late since the Void can go super far and I can get there instantly. Dude, no way. 3 kill top 3. I shouldn't have opened up at the end there. I had 400 mats and my health was kind of alright. But if I just let the guy from height kill that second player, I could have taken over height or avoided up to height. There's so many different scenarios that I could have done there than trying to open up on my opponent for no reason. It wouldn't have benefited me at all. And obviously me editing, he's going to be able to get the first shot off. So next time, honestly, instead of trying to go for the kill there, just play more safe, because I could have easily won this game here. Okay. I'm dead here. Yeah, I knew him. In that situation, after I got that first kill, I should have left because I didn't have any extra shield, I didn't have a shotgun, and I didn't have mobility. I should have tried to go to another place to loot up because I knew that there was another person at that POI, and the chances of them having a shotgun was super high. So to try to sit there and continue to loot up at that POI and farm without a shotgun was not the smartest play, and I just have to learn from that mistake. And this is when I realized that there wasn't a lot of loot there if I was being contested, and that it would have been very RNG based landing at that POI. So I decided to land Whiffy Wharf instead, because if I'm contested there, I can at least split the POI or loot a couple buildings to make sure I actually got loot, and this would take away the RNG factor. After I died there, I'm gonna be honest, I was super mad, and I really shouldn't have been mad. I missed so many shots, and even the shots I hit, I wasn't on point with them. I didn't hit enough pellets, so I was only doing 30 damage with my shotgun, and I was playing super scared even though I had 130 health. I didn't attempt to go for some counter damage. I just kept running away and wasting a ton of mats. And honestly, a big part of the reason why I lost that fight was purely off my aim. And that's something I really need to work on. Like, that always happens to me, man. That game,
I can't go anywhere
too
on this
many
map
fights that I couldn't finish. I was just shooting at people when I shouldn't have. I didn't have any restraint that game, and I was just pushing people for no reason. And none of those kills would have benefited me at all, especially the fight at the gas station where I died. If I didn't go for that, I could have easily made endgame. And a big part of why I lost that fight was because of my aim. I only hit like his shoulder for 30 damage instead of like going for a headshot or whatever. And then another shot I took that ended up getting me killed is I was peeking way too much. I could have held a right hand peek way better there and still hit him while he couldn't hit me. And that was a big problem, was my aim again in that game. And that's something that I really need to work on. Oh my gosh. I'm not trying to fight this. Dude. Okay. Like, in that situation, I know I'm talking about avoiding fights, but sometimes there's fights that you just can't avoid. And that was one of them that I couldn't avoid, and I was trying to avoid it, and I got punished for it. Instead of trying to keep running away, after he hit me and I had 10 shield left, I should have boxed up fully and healed, and if he pushed me, then go from there, try to get some counter damage, and then try to run away after I get some counter damage. But trying to run away while he's sitting there 100 spraying at me, that was just dumb. And honestly, I should have fully boxed up and healed. I had a ton of heals, ton of mats, and I shouldn't have worried about it, but I didn't heal up, and because of it, he took down all my white health, and I would have died a storm either way. So something I need to be aware about, and I need to stop playing so scared if someone pushes me. You need to have confidence in these cash cups, and that's something that I don't particularly have all the time, and that's one thing I want to get better at. Okay, like, I'm so over this. And again, right here, as soon as I hear footsteps, I get scared and I try to run away. Now, yes, I don't have a shotgun, but I have 150 health and I have enough mats to make one box. What I should have done is get off the boat, make a box, and then try to fight from there instead of instantly trying to run away, because it got me scuffed in the water. It gave him a free beam and it was a free kill for him, and I almost redeemed myself with the sword kill there. But if I boxed up, he could have dropped down and I could have been 150 health, and I could have just swung my sword at him and I could have got the kill. Or there was many ways to go about that, but playing scared right there and trying to run away in the water definitely wasn't the smart move. And it's just that I need to have more confidence in myself. Right here is a perfect example of why I need to work on my aim. Because of this right here, I missed a whole round of AR bullets, and I'm sure you can tell when I aim in, I'm still used to the bullet travel time. So you can see when I try to go to shoot someone, I try to like aim ahead of them a little bit instead of just aiming right at them. And that's just a habit I gotta break. And that's one of the reasons why my aim isn't that great. But shotgun aim is really where I need some work in. Done. Throughout this entire game, I spend the entire game rotating through dead side and trying to make sure I'm away from as many people as possible, and I spend the game pretty much sitting in bushes and cones, whatever, or rotating on the most dead side I can be. And there was a fight here that I shouldn't have taken because it doesn't benefit me at all, but I end up getting out of it and playing smart and just playing for placement. Now right here you can blame it on my aim, but so many of my kills have gotten stolen out of the air. Dude, again? Dude, I died to Storm. Another 3-kill third, bro. That wasn't a bad game there. The only thing I'd say is I should have popped that other medkit in Storm. I don't know why I didn't. I could have gotten second, maybe, if I did play out that last medkit. And another thing is, like, I need to start full committing to my plays. You might notice in my end games that when I kind of struggle making decisions, like I hesitate and I second guess myself, when you can't really do that. It's almost like driving. When you make a turn or whenever you're driving, if you make an action, you got to commit to that action. You can't just second guess yourself, otherwise you're going to cause bigger problems. And it's the same way in Fortnite. And I just need to be more confident in my decisions and not to second guess myself. But other than that, it was a pretty good game played out. And I ended up taking like a quick 15-minute break here because I only had 3 games left with an hour and a half. So I took a break to try to, you know, relax and, you know, focus back into the game. At this point, I'm in the top 10,000 and I'm all the way on dead side. I spent the entire game going to dead side, and this guy shoots at me with 1 bullet, misses, and doesn't do anything else. And I'm like, there's no way this guy's good. So I ended up keying him, and luckily I did because it was a free 2 points. Okay, these guys are not good, man. Dude, I ended up having some recording issues, so don't worry about my camera or anything. I ended up fixing it here in a second. But that was super unfortunate that I died to someone sitting behind a rock. And the whole reason why I went in the tall grass in the first place was because I wanted to get my brick maxed out. I was getting greedy for mats. Even though I was 5-4-5 on mats, I wanted to stay capped, you know, to guarantee me a good end game. And that's one thing I need to work on, is I can always get refreshes end game and get more mats. I shouldn't get so greedy for mats because I always get beamed every time I do this, and I seem to not learn from this. And I definitely need to work on this because it could save me so many games. And I really need to start boxing up a little ways away from materials that I'm gonna refarm, because when I box up, I can check to make sure there's no one hiding behind anything, you know, to risk myself from dying to dumb stuff like that. Dude, okay, when I say that is unlucky, that is super unlucky, because I kid you not, I walked through that bush 10 seconds ago and there was no one in there, and I went to get the boon, and then I walked back into zone and walked through that same bush and there was someone in there 10 seconds later. But this just goes to show you need to bush check every bush. And the peek that I made when he was in the bush was super dumb because obviously he could see me. But I mean, that mantle too was just so dumb. And I should have just boxed up instead of trying to keep building up. I should have boxed up so I can reload, get some heals off. But, you know, lesson learned, always bush check, you know. It happens almost every game to people in tournaments, you know. That's one of the biggest reasons people die in tournaments, I want to say, is to bush campers. So just make sure you always bush check. corner, Dad. Get out of here, man. Do I key this guy?
Well, he quad one time last season. I don't know. I think you just play out this game. This kid's bad. Oh, you kill this kid. This kid sucks. Katana in his box. You just became the best player? He's gonna TP away. He TP'd to your right. That way. He saw his builds. I don't think you keep this, I'm gonna be honest. You're just gonna get partied.
He's on 80 HP.
I know, but he's just gonna keep masking, and now you're wasting your katana. Oh, my bad, bro. My fault. I had no trust, I guess. Now you have free mask.
This guy's. Dude, I couldn't take anything. That last fight I did not need to take, but there was no chance of me qualifying if I didn't drop a 10 kill win, and I was in the top 10,000. And I died because I missed too many edits and I didn't have good crosshair placement, and I finished in the top 7,000. And this was mostly because I need to work on my aim and my confidence, which I will be working on before the next solo cash cup. As well as moving forward, I will not be using a custom crosshair, as I feel my aim has been worse since I started using one. So I will be switching back to the original crosshair and start aim training as well. That's going to conclude today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, and if you would like to follow me on this competitive journey, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, and join my Discord server to stay updated on the channel. Link is in the description below. And if you'd like to support me even more, consider becoming a member on the channel for exclusive perks and emotes and badges, as well as using code OcelotYT in the Fortnite item shop, because if we can get 50 supporters using my code, I will upload daily for 1 week. Without further ado, have a great rest of your day or night, and I'm out. Peace.